Hello and welcome back to Castelnaud, as we are back here doing the $10 million pig challenge. We're going to walk up to the farm, and I want to take a moment to talk about this challenge just to kind of recap it and clarify a little bit. So the $10 million challenge is basically that we're going to make $10 million off of the pigs or their byproducts. Anything else we make doesn't count towards that. So that number at the top left, for right now we have a big old fat goose egg, is what matters. Up at the top right we have our 205,000. That has no impact on that. Now the other part of this challenge is that we can only feed our pigs with food that we have grown. That is actually the real challenge of this. So with that, we're going to go ahead and head in here and get this door opened up here. And we do have some piglets. We have 20 of them. This pigsty only holds 40, which we're not going to make $10 million off of that. So we're going to have to get a much bigger pigsty and some land to place it on. So that's going to be a challenge on that because we need more land. Now let's go in here and check out the food. So right now we only have the base food. We need to get some of the grain, some protein, and some root crops. Root crops would be potatoes. Grain would be like wheat. The protein would be like soybeans, which we have fields for everything but the root crops. Now let me look at the map here. So, like I said before, we have fields 4, 5, and 6. 4 was our sorghum, 5 is our soybeans, and 6 is our wheat. We did harvest the sorghum in the last episode. We're going to want to replant that and get it growing again. But we're going to also need to get some potatoes. We don't currently have any potatoes on any of our fields, and we're going to need another field. So down here we have field 18, which is potatoes. And let me see, is there any other potato fields? Looks like field 12 way up there at the top. I think we'll probably stick with field 18. The nice thing about field 18 is that it is a straight lawn stretch, so it'll be pretty easy to harvest, because as you know with potatoes, if you've played this game, they're not the easiest crop to harvest. I mean, they're about the same level as sugar beets, just a little bit annoying, but they're doable. I mean, sugarcane is the hardest one. This one, potatoes and sugar beets, are probably like the second hardest. So field 12 or 18, yeah, I think we'll go with 18 because it's much closer to the farmyard, and plus it's kind of closer to the stores and all that. Because I think field 18 is going to give us a lot of potatoes. So for our goals for this episode, I think what we want to do is we're going to want to buy at least one field for the potatoes, and probably also that wheat field out there. We might buy that too. Yeah, let's make that a goal. So we're going to buy the potato field, we're going to buy the wheat field. We're going to want to lime the sorghum field here that we harvested. And we're going to need to cultivate it and then replant it. Then we'll also need to harvest the potatoes and the wheat and bale up the straw from the wheat. So that will give us a lot to do this episode. So with that, let's get started and get some work done, because we have a lot to get done with all those goals. First up is we need to head to the store, and I think it's this way. We need to head to the store and get a cultivator, and yeah, I need to turn around because that was green glow, green light. That means another map piece. We definitely want to grab these because they're worth well, $10,000 each. Again, doesn't help us our goal, but hey, getting more money in the bank can help us buy things to get that goal. So let's get down to the dealership and yeah, spend some money. And we're here at the dealership, and we're gonna pull up here right beside it and then head in and yeah, get a cultivator. So I'll be right back. And $2,295 later, we have leased a cultivator. So let's get this hooked up, get back to the farm, and yeah, get our sorghum field cultivated. Now, given that we have a lot to get done this episode, I am going to turn this over to a worker and let them get all the cultivation done so we can move on to the next project. And we're just heading down the bumpy dirt road here over to the potato field to purchase it. And you know what? This map's amazing. I love that the roads are not entirely smooth, because in real life, guess what? Roads are not smooth, especially these dirt back roads. But we're pulling up here to the potato field, and so we're going to need to head over here, check it out, and get it purchased. All right, so we are going to purchase this real quick for $53,225. So we now own field 18, which still leaves us with $159,902. So next up we need to do is we need to head over to the store, and we need to lease a potato harvester and bring it back over here to the field so that, yeah, we can get this harvested. Well, it cost $23,745, but we leased a potato harvester. So let's get this set up here on the field. I got a course plan because, again, we're going to have a worker do it just because we have a lot to get done. And, yeah. So let me get this lined up here. And we'll get this started with a worker. First waypoint. There we go. Before we do, though, we need to get the soil information. So let's go ahead and buy that. There we go. We have a good mix of soil in this one too. So let's turn this over to a worker, and then we're going to leave them to it. And oh, I had that going the wrong way. Oh well, it figured it out. So we're going to leave this to the worker, and we're going to head over to the other yard because we have a lot to get done. All right, the worker is all done with the cultivation, and they just missed a couple spots here, so I'm going to grab that. There we go. So that is that field cultivated. So let's get this folded up, and I'm just going to park this over here out of the way. Let's get this backed up. And then we're going to move on to the next thing, which is getting the field planted with sorghum. Which this will actually be the first time I'm going to be using this seeder combination, and I'm going to actually try it in the Massey. It's going to be right on the power limits, I think, but it should be able to handle it. So let's get this hooked up, and then we will get out there and get everything planted. And, you know, something we're going to have to look at in the very near future is establishing a second yard, because we've already run out of room, and we don't have room for everything, and it's, yeah. So we're going to have to look into that real soon, probably maybe in the next episode. We'll figure that out. All right, we got a worker out here, all set up and ready to go in the course place. So let me get this lower down, turned on, and get it up to that first waypoint, and then we'll turn them loose so they can get the sorghum field all planted. And with them working on that, we're going to head up and get the harvesters all set up and get it over to the wheat field so we can start harvesting the wheat. But before we can harvest any wheat, we have got to buy that field. So when we get pulled up here in our harvester, and I think we're going to use our neighbor's fully harvested field here to flip a Yui, and then we will just kind of park in the grass side of the road here and get our header hooked up there. So we can get it going. I think this should probably do it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let me get this pulled around here. We'll get the header all hooked up. And bingo, we got it. Alright, let's get pulled into the dirt road, and then so we're not blocking any traffic, and then we're gonna hop into the menu here and pick up this field real quick. Alright, let's head up here. This is field 3, and I believe it's going for, let me see, yep, it is going for $74,549. So we got a purchase there. So let's get it up on a worker. All right, we have a worker running on this now, so let's hop out of here because we got a trailer situation we need to kind of sort out. So let's head back to the farmyard and get that sorted. For our wheat field, we're going to use the small trailer here that we kind of use for transporting our pig food around. I'm going to park it right there. That should be fine because we have already planted this area. Now we need to head back to the other trailer though and figure out what we're going to do with that. So we need to empty the potato harvester. We could use this trailer. However, one of the issues with it is that it is a very tall trailer. It's actually a really awesome trailer. It's just with the harvester that we have on the small harvester, that pipe has a little bit of a clearance issue. So we're going to head down to the store and we're actually going to trade this trailer in and get a different one. And we're down here at the store, and let me just back into the garage here so we can get this sold. And I'm hoping we make some good money off of it because we're starting to get low on money. We're down to 58,000, which is not a whole lot. So let's head in here and let's do, so it's already in perfect condition. So we're just going to sell it. And that's an extra $38,352. So let's head into the store and check out what we have available. Let's check in the sale section because there's always, not always, but sometimes there's something you need in the sales. Like this McCormick, it's 310 horsepower. That's actually a really awesome deal. But let's find a trailer here real quick. All right, found a great trailer here. We're going to get the Fliegel, and this one has a really good capacity. It's 55,000 liters, and I think it's going to be the perfect height for us. So it still won't be able to fit into the big shed, but for the harvester, I think it'll work perfectly. So we're going to get it all configured up here, and then we're going to, oh, you know what? Let me update the license plate here because I really want to try and have a different license plate on each vehicle. All right, so I think we got fully configured for $58,200. So let's go ahead and get this purchased. And then I actually want to get this McCormick. So let's take out a loan real quick. All right, so yeah, we're going to take out a loan because I want to get that McCormick. It's a really awesome deal. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for $350,000, which is more than enough to buy the McCormick. But I want to have a little bit extra because we're going to need to get a couple other things too as we progress here. So I think 10-year loan. Yeah, there we go. Because that keeps the payments affordable. And we're going to try and pay it off much sooner, but that gets us in a good spot. So let's go grab that McCormick and yeah, spend some money. And the other thing I want to get is a baler. And we're going to pick up this really awesome new Holland from 4D Modding. It's actually just came out in the Mod Hub. I definitely recommend getting it. This modder, 4D Modding and Argsy, they make some amazing mods and maps like Bali Spring. I don't know if you've checked that out or not. An amazing map. Absolutely love it. But this is actually their newest mod. Just came out just a couple days ago. And I've been wanting to try it out because they do an amazing job every time. So let's get this purchased, and then we'll have something to haul back with our new tractor along with the trailer. And I sent a worker in our Fint with the baler we just bought over to the wheat field so that they'll be all set up over there. But we're going to first pull in here to the potato field, which is all done being harvested, and get this unloaded into our trailer, which is really quick with this harvest. By the way, this is the Colossals harvester package. A fantastic mod. Absolutely love it. They have a regular harvester plus this harvester. We're gonna need some place to put the potatoes. So let's take a look here and figure that out. All right, I don't think we have the room here, so we're gonna head over to the other yard and check it out. Oh, whoops. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Anyways, as I was saying, we are going to head over to our farm and see if there's some room around on one of the lands nearby where we can place a potato silo or root crop storage. Because we don't really want to take up too much of that potato field to put that down. Alright, I just happen to notice that the harvester over here is not moving, so we're going to fix that real quick. I think it's a case of the field is too close to the edge, and so Courseplay is having a little bit of an issue with that. So I will probably fix that after we get everything done. When we get ready to plant it, we'll just kind of shrink the boundary of the field a little bit. But let me get this restarted up here, and so we can get back to harvesting. Well, the worker was having a little bit of a challenge there to get going in circles, so we have to help out a little bit, but it's back to the plant. Alright, so we're gonna head over here, and it looks like the Massey is all done with the seeding, so we're gonna get the seeder put away, and then we will need to focus on getting this field limed. Then we're also gonna need to think about getting the harvester unloaded as well, because it is almost full. So let me get this backed up and put away, and then we will move on to the next project. Alright, figured the getting the harvester unloaded was probably more time sensitive than getting the field lime, just because when a harvester's full, it ain't moving, and time keeps moving. So let's pull up here and get this harvester unloaded. And I'm not sure why, but for some reason on Courseplay, it did not give me enough room to pull in there to unload it. So we're gonna have to do this manually, and then once we get this emptied out, I'll get the worker back onto the route. Alright, got it unloaded, so let's pull up here and turn it back over to the worker and let them continue on the course. And we'll just kind of park this out of the way, and then we will need to get started on, well, liming the sorghum field. Alright, we got the lime spreader all filled up. I used the buy field point container there from Gaming Joy, which is an awesome mod. Definitely highly recommend it. And we're going to turn this over to a worker here. Got the first waypoint going. There we go. Alright, so let's hop back in our trailer and head over to the other field, because I think I know where I'm going to put the silo storage for these potatoes. And we're going to buy some more land. So the reason I came over here, because I was thinking, hey, this field right here would be great. I get a whole bunch of sorghum, but it's too expensive. So we're going to get field 59 down here, which is a grass field. That's $55,909. All right, so we're back out here, and you know, the plan we're going to have here is, this is a grass field, and I don't think we're going to actually do anything with the grass, because we don't really care about the grass, because we have pigs, and grass doesn't help pigs. But this land actually here, this grass field, I think is in a very strategic location on the map. It's kind of almost in the dead center. So if we play this right here, we could actually kind of turn this into our little production area and storage area stuff. So I think we just find the right shed here that fits the map. You know, I think this one right here, this kind of fits the terrain and the style and theme of the map. So we're going to use this one, and I think we're going to put it down right here, and we'll use this for storing our potatoes in, which means we'll have to get a conveyor belt to get the potatoes unloaded from here into a trailer, which is not that hard. But let's fix the terrain here real quick, and then we're gonna move on and get our potatoes unloaded, dump them into this little cold storage shed. We're gonna head in here. Let's get these doors opened up and check this place out. It's another good mod from MA7, and I love all of their mods. Let's head over here and, oh yes, press the red button. Yeah, I love red buttons. But gets the lights turned on, and let's get our hop in our McCormick here and get these potatoes unloaded. We're just gonna basically back in there and dump it on the ground. And you know what? What's up before we do that though? Let's go ahead and buy the conveyor now. We're not gonna need it, but I don't want to have to worry about it later. So we'll just go ahead and buy one now and just find one real quick here, and then we'll have it delivered to the lot because conveyors are slow. All right, had it delivered, $49, and we leased it. We'll probably purchase it later. It was just a case of with the conveyor belt, you're better at having those delivered because they're just slow. They're slow. They don't move quickly. This one does move quicker than most, but it's still not super fast. And plus, they don't travel on bumpy terrain that well. So let me get this backed in here, and we're gonna get this all dumped here. I think we'll start over on this side, and then yeah, let's get it all dumped in there and stack it up and make a big pile of potatoes. Alright, we got the first load dumped, so let's head in here and grab the rest of those. Alright, so that is everything from there, so let me just get flipped around here, and then we're going to back in and dump these as well. We're going to have a big pile of spuds. The only downside with doing it this way, though it is very realistic and how you kind of really do it, I don't actually know how much we have. But that's a big pile. That's quite a bit. I'm guessing that's probably like, I don't know, 70 to 80,000 liters. So it's a lot. But for now, we're going to park the trailer here because, well, our other yard's a little bit crowded. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull this into the shed. I went with this one because it's just a really awesome, fantastic mod. It works really well. And whoa, that's also much faster, but it has a really big pickup area, so it's much easier when you're trying to pick stuff up off the ground. So let's go ahead and close that up, and then we're going to return the potato harvester because it's really expensive and we're not going to need it for a little bit. So let's get that returned, and the trailer, there we go, because that will save us some money. And then we need to head back over to the farm because it looks like our harvester over there is completely full and needs to be emptied, which means it is just sitting doing nothing right now. All right, here in the Massey, and we're just going to pull up here and get the harvester unloaded into our little grain trailer here. And then we're going to head over and I think we'll feed the pigs. We got the harvester all loaded and it is up and running again, so we're going to take some of this wheat real quick and give it to the pigs. Let me empty that out here, and yep, I need to watch the roof. I think, oh, there we go. Let's just stop it, let it come back down. So let's just give it a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so that gives the pigs. Let's just go ahead into the menu here and just see where we're sitting at. So 5,700 liters of grain. We have a 3,400 liters of base food. So we need some root crops. So we're not going to get the other one in, the protein in this episode before the day ends, because that crop is not ready to harvest. So let's dump this here into the silo. And then we'll get this trailer back out in the field there so it can be ready for the next time the harvester needs to be unloaded. Slight change of plans. Instead of taking the trailer over to the field there by the harvester, I decided to come over here and get some potatoes, because yeah, our pigs need that as well. So, oh, and I just run into the Massey. Did not mean to do that. All right, we get this backed up here. But yes, we want to get some root crops into the pig feed, just so that gives them a much more rounded food groups. I think we got it fully extended out there. Awesome. So let's get this lined up here, backed up a little bit, and then we're gonna get it turned on. There we go. So let's hop in here to our Massey, and then we're gonna just take a little bit, and then we will give that to the pigs. Let's get backed up here. I think this thing goes pretty quick. Oh yeah, pull away, pull away. Well, 8,000 liters. It's quite a bit more than I wanted, but it'll work. And we're back here at the farm with our load of potatoes for the pigs. We're just gonna pull in here real quick, get these dumped, and then we're gonna head out to the wheat field because the harvester now is actually ready to be emptied. All right, the pigs are all squared away, so let's get the harvester emptied out so it can get back to harvesting. Then once we're done emptying this here, I need to get the baler up and running because we have some straw to get baled up here. And gonna use the McCormick for this. So use the new McCormick and the new baler. Well, the McCormick's used and this is an old school baler, so I guess it's not really nothing new here, but we're just gonna head over and actually before I get it onto the course play, let's just grab this little stretch here. When I first started, I had the harvester set up wrong because I don't normally have it drop straw on the headlands. So with this, we're going to head over here, get it on the course play, and get it belling. Course play is all loaded up, so we get this lined up here, and we're going to nearest waypoint, and we just hit go, and it should be all good to go. Awesome. Liming is all done, so what we're gonna do is take this back over to the yard and we're gonna grab the cultivator and take it over to the potato field. That was actually not in the original goals for this, but you know what, we'll go ahead and get started because that gives us a head start on our next episode. Course play is laid in here, so let's get this lined up and get it started so it can get this cultivated, and then we gotta hop back over to our wheat harvesting. And the harvesting is all done here, so it just needs to be unloaded. But our baler is actually all caught up with that, so let's run over here real quick and hop in the harvester and get it moved out of the way before the baler gets there. Now, before, instead of just unloading it, I noticed the worker with the course play did miss a few patches here, so I'm just gonna run around the field real quick and get those all collected up. It's not much, but you know what? Every little bit helps. If I don't, oh boy, get stuck in the ditch. Oh boy, let's try this again. There we go. We got out of the ditch. We got out of the ditch. All right, so I'm gonna head around the field and get all the little tidbits missed, and then we'll get this unloaded into our trailer. Got everything harvested up here, so let's get this emptied into the trailer. It's another 4,473 liters. While that's getting emptied out, let's head over here and get the baler all put away. It's sitting at 94% for the next bale, so I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna head around the field and see if I can't just top that off. All right, went around the field and got to 99%. We're almost there to 100. We are so close. There we go. We got it. Woohoo! So let's get this last bale out here, and yeah, so we're all done baling it out, and we actually got quite a few bales out of this, so that is pretty awesome to see. All right, it is almost 8 o'clock at night, and we are trying to get everything wrapped up before it gets too dark here. We're just gonna dump the rest of the wheat into the silo, and then we will need to get all of our equipment back to the yard. Back over here at the harvester, and I'm gonna get this loaded onto the trailer here, and then we will get it all connected up so we can get our harvester and the header and the trailer for the header all back to the yard. All right, we are back here at the yard. I still do have a worker out in the potato field doing the cultivating, but we're fine with that. We're gonna leave that. So I think with that, we got basically all of our goals done for this episode. Plus, we got some extra done. We're cultivating the potatoes ahead of schedule. So that is awesome, but it is dark. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here. I'm gonna hop in the truck, head back home, which is just down the road. Why not the truck? Oh, that's right, yeah, because we used the truck to get around earlier. So we're gonna, yeah, go ahead and wrap it up here. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you're really enjoying this series. It is a little bit faster paced than I usually do, but we're trying to accomplish a lot in a very short period of time with this. Oh, look, Elizabeth just finished up with the cultivating. So, wow, we're all done. So well, thank you for watching, and be sure and like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and hope to see you in the next video.